Hey guys, it's me again. Thank you so much for everyone that subscribed to my channel. I think I'm up to 25 odd subscribers now, and I really appreciate all of your feedback and all of your subscriptions. Feedback I got from Queenslander, who was chasing Oysters Kilpatrick. Happy to do that for you. Actually might take a dive down to Brisbane to do that with you. Maybe have a bevy or two. Looking forward to that. And Daddy Tech, a few barbecue things we do here in Australia. Really keen to do that with you as well. It's just, yeah, America might be a bit of a far trip for me, but we'll see what we can do. Also, I want to give a really big shout out and a really big thank you to the Fat Aussie Bastard. I'm really thankful for the help he put in all along. Last week, Monday, he put in a good 12-hour filming and editing shift with us, and I can't thank him enough. He's got a heart of gold, and really big thank you to Pete for all his help. Right, today I wanted to do pork belly. So we're going to do crispy skin pork belly, and I'll do a skordalia, which is like an olive oil mash. So mashed potato with olive oil and garlic and a little bit of sea salt. So skordalia with that, and we'll do a little salad with that. And then I've also made like a balsamic and apple reduction, just to give a bit of colour and a little bit of tartness on the plate. So let's get stuck into it. So here I've got 2 pieces of pork belly. So what I've done is, I got this straight from the butcher earlier. I've asked him for pork belly with a reasonable amount of meat on it, not too much fat, just enough fat so that I can get a bit of flavour through that. So that's quite a good cut he's given me there. It came to about, let's say, 1.5 kilos. So I've still got another piece that I cooked earlier, and I got these 2 pieces out of this. So what I've done is, with a razor blade, I've just scored that skin. I don't know if you can see there. I've scored it quite finely. It'll just help for the salt to get in between, and it'll make it a lot easier to cut. And that pork crackling will puff up quite nicely. So I'll just show you on this piece over here what I've done. So just with that skin over there, just with the razor blade, just as close together as what you can get it, all the way down. And I'm cutting pretty much right through that skin to give nice fine cuts. And then when that cooks up, that'll puff right up, and those little parts will come apart. So we'll just finish this off. And what I'll do is a little bit of olive oil on that, and then rub some sea salt into it. The sea salt will get right in between all those cuts, and it will help to dry the meat out, a little bit help to dry that skin out, and just puff it right up. Now that over there, we put that straight in the oven, about 180 degrees Celsius. So it'll take a good, I'd say 45 minutes to 50 minutes on 180, and then for last bit, I'll take it up to about 220 degrees Celsius, and that'll help to give that pork that crispy crackling that I'm chasing. So if you see over here, this one I cooked earlier, I've only put it on for about 20 minutes now, 20-30 minutes. That's about medium, and if you can see, it's just starting to crisp up along the edge. So in about 20-30 minutes, that'll be around about where that is, and that's when I turn the temperature up to about 220 for another 10 minutes, depending on how big the piece is. Obviously this one is going to cook a lot quicker than these 2 over here. So we'll put them in, and I'll catch up with you guys when they're done. This is my skordalia. So basically what I've done is I've taken potatoes. For this one I've used the Desiree potato because it cooks up quite nice and fluffy. I've boiled it, peeled it while it's still hot, and then just mashed it. And it's made quite a fine mash because I've put it through a drum sieve, but if you just mash it with a potato masher, that's fine. Now what's the difference between a skordalia and a regular mashed potato is, while it's still hot, you're whisking in extra virgin olive oil through that, and you're seasoning it, so it'll have that real olivey bitterness of the olive oil, plus quite a good amount of seasoning. So get the olive oil in through that, and just basically you're just whipping it up. Those potatoes will absorb all that oil and it'll give it quite a velvety sheen. I suppose it's very similar to adding butter to your mashed potatoes, but in this case obviously something a little bit healthier. To that I'm going to add salt and pepper. So just white pepper, and that's it. So my mash is quite hot now, so I'll leave that to stay warm, and I'll check on my pork and I'll get my salad ready. So this is my pork. It's about to go into the oven now. As you can see, I've put some apple underneath. That flavour is going to go right through the pork, and I've put some young fresh thyme on top, so that'll infuse with the oil and go all the way through. So that's about to go into the oven. Then this piece over here, as I said before, that's been in the oven for a few minutes. That's been in for about 40 minutes now. The skin's starting to crisp up quite nicely. So I'll turn the temperature up now to about 220. That'll finish that skin off quite nicely. And then hopefully we'll have a bit of time at the end to show you how these other two over here came out. But they should be pretty good. So we'll get the mash finished off now, and we'll do our salad. Right, so for the salad I'm going to do quite a simple garden salad using watercress, cucumber and cherry tomatoes. So I've taken the seeds out of the cucumber and just slicing it on the high angle. For the purposes of this exercise, I'll just make enough for the one portion. That's my cherry tomatoes in. For the watercress, I've got some nice baby watercress. I'll just pick these leaves over here, just enough to give me one portion. So that's our salad over there. Maybe a couple more leaves. To that, I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil and a little bit of salt. Now obviously that needs to be done at the last minute. Any longer than 5 or 10 minutes, the salad will wilt. So that's enough for me right there. And just going to place that on the plate right over there. Now my mash is ready to go. It's warm. I've just checked on the pork. The skin is crisped up quite nicely. So we'll just put this all together now. This is my mash. So I'm just going to put it right over there. And it's using the back of the spoon. Just going to take it all the way through, and that's fine for me. I'll go and grab the pork now. Put the pork on, we'll finish it with the sauce, and then I'm going to do something a little bit different. For the top of the pork, I'm going to do an apple slaw. So I've got my apple here. I'll just do a little julienne of apple. I've got some sweet mayonnaise, which I'll add to that, and that'll go on top of the pork to finish off our dish. So this is the apple slaw that I'm going to make quickly. So basically I'm just going to slice this apple quite finely. I've taken the pork out the oven now, and it's just resting. And while I'm waiting, I'll just do this. So I've just got a Royal Gala apple. Got a good julienne there. So I'll put that in my bowl. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of Japanese mayonnaise, just enough to help it bind. And then just with a spoon, just mix it together, just so that mayonnaise coats the apple. Right, so my pork's out the oven. So this over here is balsamic vinegar, which I've reduced down with apple juice. so it's quite sweet and it tastes quite a lot like apple. So I'd say out of this is about half a cup of balsamic and a cup of apple juice that I've reduced down, and it's quite thick and syrupy, but it suits this dish quite well. So I've just got a little bit here, and I'm just going to put it on the plate before I put the pork on. My pork, I'm just going to lie it on its side. Just cut it straight across. You can hear that skin is quite crispy. And then just pick it up so that the skin side's up. Put it straight on that mash. Then you remember earlier I did that apple slaw. You put that straight on there. And that's us. I'll just tidy that up a bit. And there we go. So my crispy skinned pork belly on skordalia mash with apple balsamic, apple slaw and a watercress salad.